Well, we are at the 25th annual Browns Charity Golf Tournament here at Westwood Country Club in Rocky River, and we got to hear from Kevin Stefanski and Joel Bitonio today. And Mary Kay, the most interesting thing I think from Kevin, you literally just put up a story on this minutes before we started recording. Shedeur Sanders, even though we didn't get to see it when we were out there on Wednesday, he is doing 11 on 11s when we haven't been out there.
Yes, and much was made last week when we were there that he did not participate in any of those coveted team drills. But Kevin revealed that when we were not there, behind closed doors, he was in fact taking some 11 on 11s. And I think that's good for him. I think they all need to be on somewhat of a level playing field. He added, of course, that when we get out there again on Wednesday, that he should be in some of those team drills again. And then when we are making comparisons amongst the quarterbacks, it should be a little bit more of a level playing field.
Yeah, and again, this just goes back, Ashley, to kind of what we've been saying. We're getting a limited view of all of this. We're not seeing stuff behind the scenes in the meeting rooms. And, of course, from a practice standpoint, we're only seeing 2 out of these first 6 OTAs.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's a nice reminder, at least not that we needed the reminder, but fans and everyone kind of consuming content about this quarterback battle right now, that what we see, what's open, is only a small slice of the pie. There's a lot more OTA sessions that have not been open to us, that we have not been privy to. So a good indicator that, hey, what we saw last Wednesday might be different than what we see in 2 days from now. It has been different, it sounds like, from several of the other OTA sessions they've had.
Now, of course, OTA attendance still very much a topic. And Mary Kay, when you look at one of the big names we've talked about, Diontae Johnson, and I find it interesting, Kevin was asked about this again. He's not really offering any cover for Diontae Johnson. He wouldn't say if Diontae's going to be there when we're there on Wednesday, when we get to watch this team practice. And we've talked about it over and over again. This is a guy fighting for a roster spot, and it might help for him to be here.
Yes, I absolutely 100% think that he needs to be here if he can be here. The only reason he shouldn't be here is if he's got something going on, a family situation, somewhere that he absolutely needs to be that is keeping him from being here, even though these are voluntary. Because when you're in a situation like Diontae Johnson is, where 3 teams have given up on you just last year, you really need to put your best foot forward. And he's got a great opportunity. He's a Pro Bowl receiver, and they really could use him.
Yeah, and he has no guaranteed money. That's important to remember. So it's easy for the Browns to move on from him. And there's a spot, though, Ashley. I mean, Jamari Thrash was taking slot reps with the first team when we were out there on Wednesday. So there is an opportunity, but he's got to seize it.
Yeah, that was exactly the guy I was thinking of in terms of getting wide receiver reps. And we've talked about that a lot. You know, this isn't voluntary. They're not going to hold it against you if you're not there. But it does give some other guys who are there a chance to show what they can do, to perform really well. I mean, Jamari Thrash, I thought, had an okay day the last time we were out there. So we'll see if he can keep building. If Diontae Johnson's not there, I mean, who knows how that may inadvertently impact him, even if it's not something they will hold against him exactly.
And it's an annual tradition. We get to talk to Joel Bitonio at the golf outing. Nobody is more golf outing than Joel Bitonio, by the way. Well, maybe Kevin Stefanski, but definitely Joel Bitonio. Mary Kay, obviously he made the decision to come back, said he's still got football left in him to play. It actually was a real decision, and it's probably going to be off-season to off-season here. But I thought it was interesting what he said about the offense, kind of confirming what we've thought, that this feels a little more like 2020 and 2021 to him.
Yes, and we have been able to see some of that when we're out there for practices. We can see some of the things that they are doing. We know they've talked a lot about the wide zone blocking scheme and the things that they were doing before under Bill Callahan, the things they got away from last year. Really, they are going back to the Kevin Stefanski traditional West Coast offense, the sort of Gary Kubiak, Mike Shanahan offense that seems to have a great impact on quarterbacks. It's a enormously quarterback-friendly scheme, so they're going to go back and walk before they can run again.
Or run before they can pass, however we want to say it. But Ashley, look, it's no surprise. Jack Conklin talked about it on Locker Cleanout Day. Joel talked about it on Locker Cleanout Day. These offensive linemen want to get back to what they were doing in those first years under Kevin Stefanski. And Joel, look, it's easy for guys to sound refreshed in May and June, but Joel did seem refreshed today when we talked to him.
Yeah, he did. And I do think that's important. Like, those guys have been so vocal about it. Even Myles Garrett, when he was in the middle of kind of laying the groundwork for that February trade request that obviously has been resolved, he even mentioned last season about getting back to doing what they did well with running the football. So I think these guys, it's not surprising to see Joel refreshed, not just from experiencing the offseason right now, but also because I think they're getting back to something this group, this O-line that's been together for a little bit now, knows they can do well together, knows what that looks like, knows what success looks like. So all those things together, I think, leads to his happy demeanor in June here.
All right, well, the golf outing always gives us something, so we have full coverage of everything here. We'll have photos as well from our great photographer, Josh Gunter. You can find it all at cleveland.com/Browns.